I'm Nancy-Zieman, and I'm here to show you the latest and greatest from Clover. It's the Stack and Stitch Thread Tower, ideal for sewing, quilting, and embroidery. Organize up to 30 spools of thread in a very compact space. Plus, use it as a thread delivery system. Here's how it works. First, I'd like to show you how to assemble it. Stack the tower's core pieces on top of the base. Insert the spool pegs. They lock right in place. Place the thread guide in the middle of the tower. Depress the button on the stopper to adjust the height of the thread guide. Raise the thread guide to above the height of your sewing machine. Now it's time to store your thread. Simply place the spools of thread on the peg. Pretty easy. It accommodates the traditional and standard spools of thread. Now to use it, you're going to first adjust the thread guide. Move the thread guide toward your machine, and whatever spool you're working with, also have that facing your machine. Place the thread through the guide, and then rather than placing it on your sewing machine, just thread your machine from that position. So not only can you store your thread on the tower, you can simply use it from that position as well. And as I stitch, the thread just unwinds very easily and quickly, just the way it normally would. It's fast and easy to work with. Now, if you'd like to use this as an embroidery area, which I do for embroidery, organizing all my spools of thread, what I like to do is place on my embroidery thread, and I place it in order according to my embroidery guide. For example, so I know which is the first thread I'm going to use, I place a bobbin on the spool pin first. That's peg number 1. Then I work in a clockwise manner. Spool number 2, 3, and I'll put on all embroidery thread according to my guide. For the second tier, if you had more than 6 spools of thread, you do the same thing. The 7th peg would get the bobbin, and you place the spool and then work all the way around. Now if you're working with a spool of thread that's on a lower cone, simply adjust so that the top rows give you a clear path, so that as I'm threading through the thread tower, then I have a clear path of thread, and then I just simply thread the machine as before. And here you can see as I'm stitching, the thread has a clear path, so I can store it and stitch at the same time. Whether you are sewing, quilting, or embroidering, Clover's Stack and Stitch Thread Tower is compact for thread storage, convenient for stitching, and ideal for organizing. I designed it with you in mind. Clover's Stack and Stitch Thread Tower is available through your favorite sewing, quilting, and craft stores nationwide. Order today.